let's move forward here. We have some other running back news up in New York with our frisky Jets. A lot of people took Breece very early, and now they signed Dalvin Cook to a pretty nice deal. What are the fantasy ramifications? Tyler wants to know from the Fantasy Football Advice Forum. Our beloved Breece Hall, he is now sharing a backfield with a guy who is a multiple-time Pro Bowler, no slouch in the receiving game, and just an all-around good dude, it seems like. What's the fallout here, Scott?
So yeah, this one's a little bit more of an impact. I'd be naive to say, no, I'm keeping Breece Hall right where he's at in my rankings. I'm going to move him back a little bit, but not very much.
Okay.
I mean, Breece Hall got taken off the pup. So there's hurdle number one for Breece Hall in fantasy. Forget about Dalvin Cook for a second. He is not starting the season on the pup. Obviously, that would be a much different story. So we have the typical conversation we have. Well, how long has it been since the injury? Running backs come back and they play all the time after these types of injuries, but it takes a lot longer for them to get back to their old self, let's say. So the way I'm kind of looking at it is Dalvin Cook was brought in because they don't really believe in Michael Carter, unfortunately. I think Zonovan Knight was kind of a cool story last year, but I don't think he really moves the needle. So I think they brought him in to share the backfield initially with Breece Hall until Breece Hall is healthy enough to take that backfield back over. And that's what I think is going to happen. I like Dalvin Cook. He's actually not been as much of a receiving back as I thought. Every time I go look at his receiving numbers over the course of his career, it's always less than I thought. I think Dalvin Cook will get some good play for about a month. It's not that Breece Hall is going to be on the bench. He might just not be a top 5 running back for the first month. I think he's still going to be very fantasy relevant.